a lot of like the anti-vax conspiracy theories talk about being afraid of it, but like if vaccines actually just made if everyone or most Americans got the COVID vaccine and it just made them all autistic, that'd be fucking funny.
We could all. Who was that guy that was like that? Some online guy who's like, oh yeah, autism is actually like the baseline intelligence, and everyone who's not autistic is abnormal. Is the actual retarded? I think it was Varg.
Bro, that's so.
No, yeah, it was Varg. He was like, yeah, having autism is actually like you've taken the red pill, basically, like in the sense like you're the one you're actually living in reality. If you're autistic, everyone else who isn't is like the unintelligent one because their brain doesn't form the patterns that yours does. Varg is really cool. I love I think my favorite Varg post is like where there's this woman saying, Varg, you need to repent for your sins. And he's like, what sins? Yeah, I didn't do anything wrong. I mean, he still claims it was self-defense, right?
Dude, yeah, he murdered someone in self-defense. He stabbed them 20 times in self-defense.
Was burning down that church, that was self-defense?
Yeah, that church was...
defending himself from Christians.
Yeah, see,
it's an oppressive group stopping his traditional Nord culture that he wants to.
Norway for the Nords.
His traditional Nord culture Varg. G.G. Allen was not. He was American, right?
You know that Varg made like a D&D clone too, right?
Varg is a Renaissance man. Varg has done all kinds of things.
Yeah, I think Varg just thinks that like Skyrim is the reality that he's living in.
He's a philosopher. He's a self-defense expert. He's been to prison.
Frankly, I can't believe...
see, the only thing Varg hates more than non-Europeans is birth control. Because he has like 20 fucking kids.
I didn't know that. That's so cool.
Yes.
Dude, he's like a modern day Genghis Khan.
Do they have a good relationship with their dad?
I mean, they're probably fairly recent, I would assume. I don't think he had kids going into prison.
Their dad who...
No. He definitely had a kid going into prison.
Okay. Well, if it's a kid.
Let's see.
Count Dankula still hasn't done a Mad Lads on him, and I think it's a sin.
It's such a sin.
There's a guy that looks kind of like Varg, and it made me think it was him when I first saw it, but it was not.
YouTubers and their consequences have been a disaster for society.
I can't find how many kids he had. This is bullshit.
Yeah, he's 20 and counting. No one really knows.
Yeah.
The number just keeps going up every year.
Varg knows how to pull out a knife, can't pull out his cock.
So I woke up thinking
he's just trying to sow his seed. Why you gotta hate on that?
I mean, I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying the man can't pull out his cock.
Yeah, he's a cocksman. Yeah, he's a true cocksman. I was
You think Varg got like butt fucked in prison?
Almost certainly not. Like he didn't get fucked.
I mean, why do you
think he'd be doing the fucking in the ass?
Why do you think he likes traditional values so much? He's overcompensating. It's like in the Sopranos. It's like in the Sopranos when Phil Leotardo is like he hates Vito so much and he wants to kill him because that when he went to prison, I did 20 years in the can, 20 fucking years. I jacked off in the tissue. I wanted manicotti. I ate grilled cheese off the radiators because he was getting fucked in his ass. That's why he hated Vito so much. So yeah, he was like overcompensating. I bet that what happened. That's what happened to Varg.
God, we still haven't watched The Godfather, man.
Yeah, I still need to watch that.
God, I've seen The Godfather probably about. I think I said this before. I've seen it about 15 times now because the Paramount Channel at my job, or well, not at my job. I'm not supposed to be watching TV at my job, but I do. But they play The Godfather like every day. So I feel like I know every line of that movie now.
Dude, that'd be so fucking cool.
You know what we should do? We should record an episode that's just Evan reciting The Godfather line for line.
I tell you what, we gotta watch. Movie I can recite line for line is JFK. That's a good. I've been wanting to see that again. That's probably like my favorite movie. God, it's got. One of my least favorite things about movie criticism is that these days it's like all about content, and there's almost no talk about crafts, like the craft, of film. Maybe that's because like movies have been around for 100 years, and we're starting to run out of novel things to do in movies. I don't know. I don't totally buy that. But like JFK is a great example of a barn burner of a movie that's like an amazingly assembled and put together. But the thesis, like the content of it, is like staggeringly dumb, which is that basically the gay underworld in New Orleans, like the gay mafia, had a plot to assassinate JFK. Like, awesome. I just love Joe Pesci's character, like not deciding he can't decide if he's doing a New York accent or a Louisiana accent. He's like, who killed the president? Man, who did Kennedy? This is too fucking big for you, man. It's a mystery. It's a mystery wrapped inside a riddle, wrapped inside an enigma. The fucking shooters don't even know. Don't you get it? And then you got Kevin Bacon, who's like the gay composite character in prison. He says my favorite line ever. She's like, "You a liberal, Mr. Garrison? You don't know shit because you don't never been fucked in the ass before."
That's how I'm gonna base all my knowledge from like here on in. Like I'm gonna be like educating someone. I'm going to be dropping pure knowledge. And I'm going to say, yo, are you following me? Because I got an important question to ask you. Have you ever been fucked in the ass?
Fucked in the ass before? So then you got like that movie's great because the real Jim Garrison was just it's good that they used Kevin Costner to portray him because any portrayal that would be like the real Jim Garrison would not be a sympathetic character at all. Like he was so goddamn corrupt and ugly too. He looked like a fucking slug person, and he literally used the words homosexual thrill killing in the real case against Clay Shaw to describe their assassination of the president.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Yes,
oh my god!
What the hell is homosexual thrill killing?
It's exactly what it sounds like.
So they're just getting off on it, like they're sitting there on like the grassy hill or whatever, just beating off.
The knoll.
Yeah,
the knoll.
Okay.
It's for the thrill.
It's for the thrill.
Just for the thrill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, speaking of thrill and like getting off and stuff,
trying to calm,
dude. I told you earlier. I put my phone on vibrate and I use it to keep track of my GameStop stock. And what I do is I hold my phone that is vibrating every time the price changes to my prostate.
Oh, okay. So it's inside your ass.
Yeah, it's directly in my ass.
Interesting. Now, do you keep charging it during that in case you run out, or do you just like let it keep going for a while?
Well, see, that's the beauty of the new iPhone. The new iPhone has all-day battery, so I could shove it up my ass early in the morning, and it vibrates all day.
The Robinhood app will be going in my ass?
When I bought GameStop stock, I knew I was going to the Milky Way.
Andrew,
I have not stopped shooting
just
24/7.
like Andrew Cuomo, but he has a Bloomberg terminal in his ass, and he's looking at stocks on them all day. In between press conferences about coronavirus and how he didn't sexually.
That was a better use of Mike Bloomberg's money than his presidential campaign.
Yeah, the Bloomberg terminals where you can just like stock traders can just play solitaire on it while losing millions of dollars.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I was woken. Speaking of Coom, I woke up. So I was woken up very early this morning by my my alarm. Or not my alarm, my smoke alarm was chirping, and I took the battery out, and it was still chirping. I went to bed infuriated because I couldn't get it to shut up, and I was like in a groggy state, and I was just had thoughts entering in my brain, and just like fleeting thoughts. When you like first wake up, and it's like and I was thinking about Joe Biden, except Joe Biden.
What you're saying is you jerked off while thinking about Joe Biden?
No,
that would be cool.
I was picturing I was giggling to myself internally. I was like picturing he's giving this animated speech, not about the COVID vaccine, but finding a cure for erectile dysfunction.
Terrifying, Mike.
Yeah, he's like you go to your.
It's gotta be so loud in the microphone.
You know how you go to the drive-in, you pick up your best girl in your long Chevrolet, the one that's got a hood ornament the size of a grapefruit, and you're like, sharing a Pepsi Cola, and you're like, hey, fella might get lucky tonight, and you're looking down at the thing. Excuse me, you're looking at the thing, and like, come on, man, it's showtime. And it's just like,
Joe Biden would have been awesome at relating to like the main cast of Grease.
If you don't take the vaccine, well, you ain't black.
I fully believe that he thinks he's appealing to the young people when he does stuff like that, but
Well, I mean, the man's senile. He doesn't know what's appealing to anybody.
He might think it's like the 60s.
He makes me like him, like the old man. Like, come on, man! Like, I like it when he says that.
Me too. It gives me hope that there's going to be enough memes out of this presidency to compete with the Donald Trump presidency, because that's the only thing I'm really voting on.
Well, I mean, yes, there's the potential is there. So, it's like the potential kinetic energy is there, but it has to be unleashed. Well, his handlers are going to keep him on a very tight leash.
Well, see, the liberals, they don't want you making fun of Joe Biden, because see, what was good about making fun of Trump is he wouldn't get canceled for it. But if you make fun of Joe Biden, you're pretty much almost certain to get canceled.
Joe Biden is Donald Trump was impenetrable. Donald Trump was uncancelable.
Yeah, well, he can't be canceled because nobody gives a shit.
No, you can't. You can't actually cancel a Republican.
Yeah, it's the magic R.
God, I'm getting so tired of that word. It's like that King of Queens gag where it's like he keeps saying "balmy" over and over again, and it just loses all meaning. Like I feel like cancel is that word just needs to disappear.
Yeah, it's been there for a while. When did it start popping up?
It was like 2016, 2015.
No, I think. Didn't the cancel culture movement thing start like during? I remember hearing that started during like either during or right after the Occupy Wall Street movement.
Well, canceling started with the Christians. The Christians were canceling shit in the 90s, but it wasn't like popular figures. It was like, you can't watch Harry Potter. Demons.
Yeah, but if we're looking back into history like that, really it was the Jews that canceled Jesus, so they started it.
Yes, they canceled his life.
Damn.
No, it was definitely kicked into overdrive by the Trump presidency, because you had this hysteria that was just unleashed because no one knew how to deal with Trump, and of course you can't exercise any control over over politics in any material sense. But what you can do is go on Twitter and say how bad people are for watching Gone with the Wind or something like that. Mm-hmm. That's what online. Just need to log off, folks. We all love it. We need to log off. Yeah, we're dissociating online by spending 8 hours a day on Twitter.
Like, you're listening to this over the internet, but like, we're telling you right now, unplug. Just turn it off. Turn off.
Well, no, keep the internet, because we don't actually care about you. You just listen to us. Don't take our advice. Our advice is for each other. Yeah. You should keep doing the things you're doing, keep listening, and eventually give us money somehow.
Just give us your money. Yeah, just send us your money. Money me, money now.
Money needing a lot now.
Scrolling through Twitter today, I don't know, because I guess I was feeling suicidal, so I was scrolling through Twitter.
Badass.
Wait, you were feeling suicidal before scrolling through Twitter? Or just afterwards?
I think it was like a chicken and the egg thing where I was feeling bad.
So I kept like feeding into it. So
I got
just a feedback loop.
Right,
no, I'm joking, but like going on Twitter will make you want to take a toaster bath. Like and I opened up some thread where someone was saying like, hey, if someone went through like an edgy alt-right anti-SJW phase in 2015, they're not a bad person. They still do what was the word? It was like. I don't know. It was basically just criticizing people who were saying, "Oh yeah, it's okay to rehabilitate, criminals in prison, but it's not okay for people who have rehabilitated their online presence. Well, you're not welcome if you're an ex-Nazi, basically." And this person was making, and the replies were just all like Emily ACAB, she, her.
With a little white flag next to it,
fairy emoji,
and just ACAB, all cops are based.
I don't want any ex-Nazis. I'm not going to do the emotional labor for you, sweetie. But I don't want any ex-Nazis working side by side to eliminate racial justice.
Oh my god, I'm not going to say who it is, but one of our friends' Twitters I saw recently, and they had the white flag next to them to indicate that they were white in their name. And I was like, that's so fucking retarded.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's I love how IdPol has gotten to the point that it's encouraging people to behave in the same way that racists want people to behave, but just by rationalizing it differently.
I mean, we've gotten to stupid segregation. That's where we've got.
Yeah, like literally
we racially divide ourselves to a point where like, oh, well, you can't do this thing because you're not black. Mm-hmm. And then you have people like Joe Biden coming out and saying if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. If you don't, what the fuck is that? Why do we have this Uncle Tom motherfucker telling me if I'm black or not? I know I'm not black.
But I don't know. You could be like some kind of albino that dyes their hair or something.
Yeah,
we don't
know. You're speaking on the microphone. This is not.
Yeah. I mean, we're not seeing. I've never seen like either of the people on this. I've never seen. I have no idea.
If you gotta choose between potato salad without any salt and pepper on it, then you ain't black, fella. Yeah, that wasn't even the funniest thing he said in that interview. I can't even really remember it, but it was just like 30 minutes of stream of consciousness Joe, which is the best Joe. Like I want the raw uncut Joe. I want to smoke the bass.
I love it when he like cusses at people that are asking him questions.
My favorite Joe Biden moment is when he's talking about his hairy legs. He's like, the kids used to come up and, sit on my lap and I got a lot of leg hair, hairy legs.
They like to watch my hair rise up so they'd push it down and then we go back up again.
I love kids jumping on my lap.
It's like that was during the corn pop thing.
That was the same corn pop.
I like to imagine that he's like at the debate with Trump, and Trump is just on one about I don't know whatever like election fraud or something, and Joe Biden is just replaying the corn pop fight in the theater of his mind. It's just that's just what's the gears are turning up there, and he's like. I went and got the chain. I'm gonna go.
He's getting like flashbacks to it.
He's just playing out the corn pop saga in his mind's eye.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's so fun.
I would love to somehow have a like insider look at just what's going on in his brain at any point. It's
got to be empty. Like it just has to be.
It's not empty. I bet there's a lot of things, and none of them have anything to do with what's going on at the time.
How I picture it is
there's definitely synapses firing in there, but they're just not where they need to be.
How I picture it is like he's got like this coloring book, and they sometimes just bring bills up, and he can't tell it apart from the coloring book, so he just colors on it, and that's like, oh, great, executive order signed.
He's drawing a clock in his mind.
He's drawing clocks in his mind.
Oh, come on, that was funny.
Man.
Oh wait, no, you know that where it's like you ask like someone who's senile, you ask them to draw a clock, and if they can't do it, it's like an indicator that they are kind of losing it.
I mean, we don't need an indicator that he's losing it. I mean, his brain melted on national TV.
I mean, but apparently people do need an indicator because there's a bunch of people that just say that he has a fucking stutter. I'm sorry, but your stutter doesn't make you completely lose track of what you're saying and talk about a different thing that happened to you like 40 years ago. That's not what a stutter is.
If you criticize him for having a stutter, you're being ableist. My God, he's the president! Who cares? You're going to criticize the president makes you ableist? My God.
That's how far our culture.
It's also like, even beyond that, you can criticize the president for fucking anything. At that point, they're in the most privileged position that you can get to in the country, debatably, other than being just like extremely rich and not actually having your name known, because that'd be pretty cool. But the president should be able to be criticized for fucking anything.
Yeah. Yes, the president should be criticized for fucking anything. For dogs, cats, and horses.
And plus we've already had our token wheelchair president. Like we're not ableist. We've already proven it.
Yeah.
Joe Biden's going to be rolling around in a hovering wheelchair by the end of his presidency. He's still going to be alive.
Okay, he's not going to be alive. Kamala Harris is going to be the president of the United States.
I don't know what I think. I don't know what I would like more, because I kind of like the idea of what the fuck is the guy's name? Muhammad Rabi Wali or something like that.
Oh, Biden.
Yeah, that guy. I like the idea of his prophecy coming true and Joe Biden dying. Well, that's what it is, right? It's not a threat.
I think he's saying I think what he was saying.
It's his prophecy.
I think what he was saying is that Joe Biden. Okay, you have 2 years. You have 2 years.
Yeah, but that's a prophecy.
Well, no. He's not. I don't know if he's like.
Or is he threatening Joe Biden's life?
No. He's like. I think he's just. It's just a roundabout way of saying, okay, Joe Biden, you don't have much to live. You do good for 50 states. You do good for Kurdistan. You bomb Iran or something or whatever he says.
I like the idea of his prophecy coming true, but I also like the idea of Joe Biden just turning into like this Mr. House type character that is the only president we ever need again.
He's gonna be rolling around like Sheldon Adelson in his like fucking diamond encrusted mobility scooter, going to like the wall and like the Gaza Strip wall and putting a brick in it and for a photo op. Oh yeah, Sheldon Adelson's dead. I forgot about that.
Who the fuck's that?
He was just a ghoulish billionaire who like he looked like a ghoul from Fallout, except he was stuck. Awesome. He was about 1 billion pounds and stuck in a mobility scooter, just like this disgusting slug creature.
Dude, I really want to get a mobility
scooter. And he was like a casino magnate and big Republican donor, and with
if I was ever
Israel, just big doing his cum tributes to this Israeli constitution and like donating billions of dollars to Netanyahu.
So if I was ever a billionaire, I would want to have a mobility scooter, because what I would do is I would set up like Cartman did in South Park, have like the little lever to where you can like be knocked over and pull yourself back up.
Yeah,
and just never have to leave the chair.
Have the kickstand. Yeah.
Do any Republicans actually support Israel for any other reason than that? For the rapture to happen?
It's just cultural. It's just cultural affect. No one gives a shit about Israel, but if supporting Israel means it's a signal that you're one of the good guys, or you're one of the conservatives. Good guys in air quotes. Mm-hmm. Like no one actually cares about Israel. It's just you have to have that affect to signal that you're on the side of traditional values.
Well, it's not about traditional values.
Judeo-Christian values, I mean.
It's about the religious right. By supporting Israel, you're saying, I support the religious right.
I'm really starting to think that all of these like hobby horses, like supporting Israel or supporting guns or whatever, it's an identity thing. But that's all it is. Like no one really cares about the things. A lot of the things they purport to support. It's just signaling that you are on.
Well, I don't know. I think there's probably plenty of Republicans that like Israel because they just really don't like brown people.
Probably.
And Israel. Real good at punishing them around people.
We're those kids that were throwing rocks at the 40-foot brick wall. Yeah, Israel was defending themselves by shooting them from hunting blinds with 30-06.
Well, see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run for office. And when I run for office, my platform is going to be this. My first speech is going to be, I support good things. I don't agree with bad things. And I'm going to get every vote.
I'm going to be your press secretary.
Dude.
I'm gonna be your press secretary, and just we're gonna start out. It's gonna be milk toast, neutral stuff, and eventually it's just gonna turn. I'm gonna start saying just explicitly citing Chairman Mao and having sneaking in some Marxist-Leninism into this otherwise.
This is episode 1, but what this really is, I'm running for president in 2030, whatever.
2030.
Yeah, we're going to start off
2030-11.
We're going to start off by getting Mike into a few local office positions, and we're going to slowly work our way up.
Yeah, you're gonna be
what we're going to do is we're going to take over the local office, because if all of us run at once, one of us will eventually get enough.
See, that's what I wanted to do on voting day, on election day, was just go and write in my friends' names.
You want to know what you need to run for local office? You need $100. You need $100. That's it. And you're on the ballot. Dude, we could easily crowdfund that. Donate us money to support a community you don't live in.
Or maybe you do live in it, but we won't tell you because we don't want you to be near us.
Yeah, don't get near us.
Yeah.
If you think it's us, just run away.
I'm gonna
because it might not be us, and there's a lot of people that look like us that are actually rapists.
going to be running
as
Guilford County's for launching the campaign for Guilford County's first socialist dog catcher.
Oh, you told him
Guilford County. What's that? I am not familiar. I live in New York.
Leap it out.
Oh no.
Leap? What? You think this is getting edited? Nah, we don't.
Yeah, I like it. I just spit out my. Yeah, never mind. That's definitely getting edited.
You should talk about some crimes you did recently.
Yeah. You do any illegal activity?
Do crimes. Do crimes. I'm running for office.
Yeah.
Okay. One thing I was wondering: do either of you know anything about the royal family hubbub? I don't know. I don't know anything about it, but all I know is that people can't stop talking about it, and I want to know. Like, I don't even know what the sides are. Like, what is the drama?
The drama is that people's lives are so fucking meaningless that we have to care about this bullshit overseas.
Have to care about
from the monarchy that we escaped in 1776.
Have to care about this.
True patriots unite.
Yeah. Meanwhile, us true patriots are caring about some other people that we don't know on fucking TLC having drama.
Yes.
Okay, but 90 Day Fiance, great show.
The most mind-melting.
It's a great show, but that's all the royal family is. You can't criticize people about liking reality TV. That's what it is.
Well, I can't criticize.
They don't have any political power. They're just there to be there.
It's just the drama. If you're treating it as a show, like it's whatever.
If the royal family ever didn't have drama going on for enough time, there'd be no point in it. People would get tired.
That's how we should just treat American
shit.
politics.
If Nicole was running for president, I would vote for her.
I would too.
Like that's. I hate her, but she is my queen.
She's gonna bring.
I vote for Big Ed.
She's gonna put
my stallion.
I vote for Big Ed for literally any office that I could vote for.
Nicole is gonna. She's gonna do the reverse Michelle Obama. She's gonna put French fries on every. I was just picturing tough guy roadmen. Like, you know, the puffy jacket guys in London who carry switchblades, like talking about the royal family drama. Like, what, bro? I heard you was on the BBC, chatting shit. Come up to the chip shop, I shank you. I heard you was chatting shit. Suck your mum. No, you suck your mum. I'm gonna go inside and get a pint.
God, I wish I was British. Like, if I had to be anything, I would be fucking British.
I would be.
I mean, that sounds kind of fucking gay. If I was going to be in the UK anywhere, I'd want to be in Scotland.
I would want to live on like one of the islands with like a population of 6,000, like Isle of Man.
Like, well, you just want to return to Monkey.
Yes, I would like to live on the Isle of Man and live in a cottage and have sheep.
That'd be fucking awesome.
It would, yeah.
Evan, you would be the best sheep herder I've ever met.
I would be the best goat fucker on the Isle of Man. That's what they do there, right? That's their exports.
Well, no, it's not
it's goat fucking.
Yeah, the Scottish mob, their rackets are like sheep husbandry and alcoholism.
Well, what's keeping you from being an alcoholic right now, Evan?
Nothing. I got a drink right in front of me.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome.
Yeah, we're
sipping on a
all
nice, refreshing glass of water.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of something that is not a sponsorship, so we won't say
nice brown water.
Yeah, just brown water.
What was that like for the longest?
Dude, it'd be so awesome to get a sponsor for this. Oh my god.
If we get a sponsor, I want dick pills.
Yeah. I would love dick pills.
Yeah. Because we can just walk, dude. Here's what we'll do.
Because if I get a dick pill sponsorship, I can personally promise that I will spend my days outside with the dick pills already in my system, and I'll just have a rock hard cock everywhere I go to advertise.
That's how a lot of these dick pills advertise themselves anyway. They're like, hey, you just want the weekend for yourself?
To any dick pill companies that are listening to this, I will take your dick pills on this podcast. All of us will. And we'll just be sitting here with rock hard cocks. We'll record an hour-long episode just talking about how hard our cocks are.
We're going to take Hims and we're going to take Molly. And it's the new TikTok challenge where you take a Cialis and you pop a Cialis and you pop a Molly and see how long it takes for you to go rub your crotch up against the wall.
Oh my god!
It's the final form of like the cinnamon challenge,
the new TikTok challenge,
where it's like how long can you go without committing a sexual assault?
I'm scrolling in between the TikTok videos of teens pointing at text and mouthing words, and 13-year-olds, grinding and they're spitting toothpaste out of their mouth so it looks like cum. That was apparently some TikTok challenge that got parents really mad. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, TikTok means Donald Trump should have just.
TikTok's awesome.
He should have just got rid.
If Trump banned TikTok, I would have been so fucking happy.
I mean, it doesn't matter. TikTok is just Vine. There's always going to be at least one app or website like that that's just for extremely short form content that's going to appeal to all like the 12-year-olds and so on.
But I mean, it's rotting our fucking brains.
Yeah, everything's going to rot our brains. The only thing that would stop that from happening is if access to the internet got like publicly controlled, like you needed a certificate or something to prove that you're not fucking stupid and scammable and retarded.
See,
what's the fun in that?
What
that's what I'm saying.
Is a fucking
you let
shark
the people out
needs
their
to
brain.
chew at the cables in the ocean that carry the internet. A shark needs to chew at those cables just so we can get our fucking lives back.
No, people should rot their brain because it's what they want. The lives that people can have. We've gotten to a point in society where lives have gotten so easy and there's so much access to all of our basic needs that it's just kind of what we want at this point.
It's turning us into children.
Yeah, that's all people want to be.
But that's not good if we're all.
How's it not healthy? We can't problem solve.
Who are you to say that it's not good? It's what people are choosing. People are choosing to either not have baby brains or to have baby brains, and I'm choosing
because we can't.
You're choosing.
If everyone has a baby brain, then
we're making idiocracy a reality.
That's why you make an AI.
We're making idiocracy a reality. We're going to be hydrated off of Mountain Dew for the rest of our lives. Like 2030 is going to come. And I'm just going to chug Mountain Dew.
It's funny to joke about, but idiocracy is how this shit's going to turn out.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Because
all our chain restaurants will have obscenities.
There's.
I can't wait to go to McDonald's and get a fucking chicken sandwich.
Humanity's evolution has stopped.
Oh my god, the McCum is going to become a real sandwich.
Oh, hell yeah.
Unless some terrible shit happens.
If the McCum becomes a real sandwich, how do we STI test the fucking cook? Because I want real cum on my
what I call the McCum, I call that the...
you have to roll the dice, that's part of the experience.
Call that the police officer special. Some pencil mustache 17-year-old cops come into McDonald's barking orders at them, and so you're like, okay, I'm gonna give you some McCum. I'm gonna give you the police officer special.
Oh, don't worry, all officers eat free.
You think that's glaze on your donut? Nah, fam.
That's awesome.
Real salty glaze.
Well, it's got a lot of flavor.
Flavor enhancer.
See, what you do is you get the whole kitchen together and you just all jerk off on the sandwich.
We're going to unionize the kitchen.
We're going to unionize McDonald's worker.
Huh?
How can a female contribute to the McCon?
Take a shit on it.
Oh.
It's the
oh, they had the ketchup.
That's the police officer McFlurry.
Cursed. So fucking cursed.
I need more chemicals in my body.
But it's very interesting.
Yes.
Here's what you need to do. You need to take that big jar of MSG you have and we'll take shots of MSG.
Oh my god.
So women squirt, that is just piss though, right?
It's like 70% urine.
Like, what else would it be?
It's very disappointing when I learned that it was like 70% urine.
Well, there's nothing else for it to be, really.
Yeah, but I like some mystery in my life.
You like some mystery? Yeah. See, this is why you hate the internet. Because anything you're curious about, it's like, oh, well, I could just look it up.
Yeah,
that is actually something that I was very upset about as I grew up, because we grew up on like the precipice where when we were like 5 and younger, there wasn't that much internet access. Like maybe we had like one computer at our house or something like that, but that was it. There was more mystery, it felt like.
Well, that means
there could be rumors about video games, like we could... you'd be able to like just lie to your friends about what Pokemon exists and stuff.
I can't.
There's a fourth evolution to Charmander.
I can't imagine.
That's what I miss about. That's what I miss about pre-internet. You were just able to lie about shit.
I mean, I don't think it's very controversial to say that yes, it's damaging for children to be raised on the internet from the age of 0.
God, do you see the fucking parents out at like restaurants and shit where the kids just glued?
Oh my god, my ex-boss was like that. My ex-boss had a kid, and from like the age of 1 onward, when they started being able to process like shows and things that were being shown, they just always had the iPad in front of them, always watching the same fucking shows.
I mean, what kind of brain dead children are we fucking raising?
Yeah.
Like,
and like, not that I can say much because I watched plenty of like Teletubbies as a kid, and that, I don't know if it makes your brain dead, but it definitely gives you something.
What's wrong with Teletubbies?
Have you seen Teletubbies recently?
No.
That's some of the most cursed shit to watch.
Of course it's fucking cursed.
God. No, not like, I don't think you understand. I think, like, if you drop some acid and watch Teletubbies for long enough time...
I'm not trying to take acid and watch Teletubbies.
Yeah, but now I'm saying is that, you know, that could be an interesting experience for someone that would be interested in doing something like that. Because I know watching interesting shows is a good thing to do. Teletubbies, though, it's like nightmare fuel. Yeah. I love it. That's what I want out of experices like
there's legit good kid shows.
Yeah, there's good shows.
There are good
like
ones.
Arthur was a banger.
Arthur's a mix. I don't know how I feel about Steven Crowder having been on Arthur for so long.
I realized something recently. Like there was an Arthur joke that stuck with me for so. I remember this like a month ago or something. There was this joke that flew over my head as a kid when I was watching Arthur. It was like I'm trying to remember. I think it was like DW. She was really into this book or something, and they were making it into a play. And the play was coming to their town, and she was trying to convince her parents to take them to it. And she was showing her parents the review in the newspaper, and like, look, we have to go see this. This is so good. Look, it got a star. and like that totally just whoosh flew over my head as a kid. But I'm thinking back now, I was like, damn, that was a really good joke. That was a singer. Yeah, that was a singer.
That's awesome.
See, 1 star is more special than 5 stars. Like, okay. In the comments, I want y'all to drop like star ratings because, you know, like 1 star, that means more to me than 5 stars because 1 star is singular. That's
we're going to get plenty of 1 stars, Mike.
Oh, plenty. That's what I hope for. I hope this is the worst thing you've heard all day.
Fucking awesome.
We're setting pretty low expectations, high expectations. There,
I mean, that's being mediocre, you can't really be memorable, but if you're shitty, that's memorable.
Yes. There are too many. This is why I can't listen to podcasts. They're also boring because everyone's trying so hard.
Yeah, we're a podcast of people who don't really listen to podcasts.
Wait, this is recording?
Yeah, this is recording.
Shit.
What do you think we've been doing for the last 45 minutes?
Just hanging out.
Just hanging out. There's a microphone in front of your face.
That's what that
Pass
is.
me the jewel.
Pass me the chemicals.
Yeah. Chemicals.
Yes.
Let me hit that chemical after you're done.
Shut up, Mike.
We're going to spread our coronavirus all over. Give it to each other.
Whenever I get COVID, I'm going to just go out and I'm going to go to a coughing contest where we measure how far we can blast particles.
What about like a guy who's a bug chaser but for COVID?
Dude,
a bug chaser?
I mean,
what the hell's that?
A bug chaser?
You don't know what a bug chaser is?
No.
It's a fetish mostly in the gay community.
See, exactly.
Of people.
I like chicks.
Well, it's not just, but it's mostly of people purposefully getting STDs.
It's very retro, very 80s.
Yeah. So
it's in vogue.
So it
what Pokemon would that be?
like if you're taking raw cock with the purpose of getting AIDS, it's called getting paused.
You're gonna get paused up going 7th in the gangbang.
Awesome.
See, what I want to do is I want to run a train.
Yeah, trains are pretty cool. I want to be a train conductor.
Oh no! You did take the vaccine.
Yes. Trains are cool. See, that's what they don't tell you about being a socialist is that now you have to be horny for trains.
Really? You have to be horny for trains?
Yes.
I've been a socialist all my life. Never had my dick hard over trains.
You have to be horny for trains. You have to be horny
It's about that high-speed rail system.
Yes, the high-speed rails, best form of public transportation. There was some like bird brain article that stuck with me as stuck with me since I read it. It was like some guy years ago in the Atlantic. Just this absolutely bird-brained article. It's totally straight-faced as well about how we should replace the entire New York subway system with like Elon Musk style self-driving pods, and how it would be more efficient and more affordable to just tear up like hundreds of thousands of miles worth of train tracks and replace it with pods for individuals to be transported.
Is Elon Musk still trying to build like a tunnel system in LA and in the West US?
No, he's like he. I mean, like he has a baby brain, so he has like fleeting thoughts that just go in. Just like stick with him for a few minutes, so he can try and be epic.
One thing that never added up to me about that, I was always under the impression that the reason that there isn't like a decent metro in LA and other places like that is because they're extremely earthquake prone.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
And you just kind of don't want to have a huge tunnel system in that scenario.
Shoot, tunneling to build the subway system might create an earthquake.
That'd be awesome.
Oh man,
dude, when Angus saw that rumor on Twitter or whatever, like the fake news article about Elon Musk exploding, and thought it might be real, man. I hope he does explode. I hope he dies in a very iconic way.
I mean, I picture him like doing
he can't pass away of natural causes. Certainly,
I picture him doing like a Mishima style like public suicide after Tesla and SpaceX goes belly up and he loses his billions in fake money.
Or he could die in space somehow.
He launches his car into space and he's in
he does the heavy metal thing.
No, he does like you know that episode of Magic School Bus where Arnold like takes off his helmet in space and his head freezes and he dies. He doesn't actually die, but like God, that was such a cursed episode of Magic School Bus. I remember watching it in class. And they go to Pluto or something, and Arnold's just like, I should have stayed home today. That's his name, right? Like, yeah. And he's just pissed, like, damn, I should have stayed home today. I could have read Hustler magazine. So he's like, I'm so mad, I'm going to take my helmet off on Pluto. And he takes his helmet off. It's like terrifying. His head just turns to a block of ice. And everyone's freaking out, like, "Oh my God, Arnold's dead!"
They should have done more Magic School Bus in the same vein as like the darker version of like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, where the kids are just where like each episode it's different kids and like one by one they do something stupid and die.
God, is that what happened to them in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate?
I mean,
they all died.
You lose. You get nothing.
Yeah.
You stole fizzy lifting drinks. Now the ceilings have to be washed. We have to wash the cum off the ceiling of the fizzy lifting drinks. You lose. You get nothing.
Dude. Gene Wilder was so fucking good in that movie.
Yeah.
I need to show you fucking Young Frankenstein still.
Young Frankenstein.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Like it's really cool. Like the high schools that do Young Frankenstein in their like theater rotation, because it's a very adult play. But there are some high schools that still do it, and it rocks.
That's
Did you guys see that James Charles is getting canceled again?
What's James Charles getting canceled?
So the first time he ever got canceled was for flirting with like a 16-year-old.
As you do.
And then the second time he got canceled, and he apologized and was like, "Here's the clarity. Here's why I'm not to blame." And then the second time he got canceled, it was for flirting with a 16-year-old again.
It sounds to me like he's just flirting with 16-year-olds.
Yeah, and then he got canceled for it again recently. And he's like, "I'm sorry. I'm going to make sure not to do this again in the future." And it just keeps happening.
So I'm a changed man. I was confused at the time. I was in the K-hall. I was smoking Datura, and I was confused.
It makes me wonder. Like I think that it's probably not going to stick again, and it's just interesting to see how much people can get away with.
I'm sorry.
There's certain people who are uncanceled.
I was
like confused. James Charles is uncancelable. It's not because he's got the magic R, but it's because he's gay. Gay people can't be canceled.
I don't know if that's true. I'm pretty sure that guy from House of Cards got canceled as shit.
No, Kevin Spacey's not gay.
Spacey's gay as shit. He was a gay pedophile.
Okay,
he was married.
He was a married man who was lying about being gay.
Yeah.
It's totally different.
Yeah,
James
but that's
Charles
like
is
gay.
openly gay.
It's being. I think being a closet gay is like more gay.
You know those cryptic.
No, it's less gay because you're lying about.
No, yeah, but it's gay.
I like that Kevin Spacey either way it's gay. Videos he does at Christmas into it.
Well, either way, it's gay in that sense. But I'm saying that like being closeted is gay.
No. Because see, I'll put it like this: being gay is like.
We'll get back to that.
Yeah, we're gonna let you marinate for a second. We're in a very intense discussion.
I haven't watched the new one. I know that there's a new one.
They're great.
But like being gay, it's like it doesn't matter where you're at. It's just the premise of sucking cock. And if you're lying about sucking cock, like I could just be outright to a gay person and be like, "Hey, bro, you sucking any dicks?"
I'm gay. We will not. I did not sexually harass that woman because I am gay.
Mike, have you seen any of the short videos that Kevin Spacey releases like annually? That's like a message to his fans where he's just talking to them.
No, I don't.
Oh my god!
They're cryptic and it's like they're very bizarre. And he's like he's playing the character he does in House of Cards. Kind of. But the character he does in House of Cards is like a villain who's a creep. So he just comes off as criminalizing himself in those. This is after all of the allegations and stuff. Yeah, all that surface, and he left his wife. He's probably like partying in Belarus with Ghislaine Maxwell. I mean, they probably
has she gotten killed yet?
They probably have the same handlers.
I think she got away.
See what the deep state is going to do. They're going to take her down with like some petty charge, like they did Fred Hampton, like you stole ice cream or something like that, and so they can pacify everyone for a while. And it's like, oh, we can forget about this now. See, that was amazing. What they did. I watched. You guys know Judas is the Black Messiah? Did you watch that?
No, I haven't.
It was a movie that came out. It was pretty good. It was about Fred Hampton. I really liked Martin Sheen playing J. Edgar Hoover. Probably the most accurate portrayal of J. Edgar Hoover in a movie, which is just like a vicious person who had boiling, venomous hatred for anyone who wasn't a white Protestant.
Awesome.
It's a good movie. Yeah.
What about the J. Edgar Hoover movie where it's just talking about him being a crossdresser the entire time?
Was it the one with Leonardo DiCaprio? He did some terrible movie called J. Edgar.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, now we have buildings named after him. Good old USA.
Fucking cool.
USA.
Is it cooler to have a building named after you or a street named after you? That's the real difference between J. Edgar Hoover and Martin Luther King.
I want a Chintzy.
Like which one of them won?
I want a
street name thing
statue
is racist because name one good MLK Boulevard in any city.
There's a good one in our city.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it's right in the middle of the city. It's like the second main street. It goes straight to Greensboro.
Okay,
nice
the best Chinese food in the city is on MLK.
I think
there's bars in the windows, and the cook was smoking his cigarette the first time I went in there.
That's epic.
Okay,
and there was a street fight.
I think you could read into it. I think you could read
That's
into it.
That's not a good neighborhood.
I think you could read into it another way. I think you could read into it another way, and also say that it's racist that they keep giving Martin Luther King streets is because he's black, he gets the street name.
Yeah, that is kind of like a weird,
black people don't get buildings.
Yeah, it's like they give them. They
see, buildings look like rock hard cocks, and like that's the thing. I want a building named after me, so like when I die, it's just like, oh, look at that.
So your legacy gets to fuck the sky, like the Washington Monument.
I want a sky.
It is like the perfect liberal fixture. Like instead of actually helping out the underprivileged, probably like minority and black neighborhoods, we're gonna name something. We're gonna name the street after the guy who they're like okay, right?
Yeah, honor
perfect. Like instead of giving them money and actually trying to reverse inequality, we're just going to name the street after them.
Yeah, it's so much easier. You honor somebody by giving them something that literally means nothing.
That's all of politics now.
Yeah,
it really is. Politics we're not changing anything. I mean,
it's the same thing. It's the same point that it got to in like the feudal system, where you would be rewarded for doing something for your king or whatever by being given a title that meant nothing.
Yeah, but you get a yard. You get a title, you get a yard. You can say, "Hey, look, I got all this land, and I'm not doing anything."
Yeah, exactly. At least sucking the king's dick, you got something
land.
out of it.
Look, I got grass. I got a water buffalo, so I can graze my.
I got grass. Sure, yeah, it's still his grass if he ever wants it back. But I get to take care of it.
It's grass with benefits, yo.
Yeah, grass with benefits. That's cool.
Grass with benefits.
It's weed that sucks your cock. Weed that sucks your cock. Grass with benefits.
That's awesome. If there was weed that sucked my dick, I'd be all over that.
Dude, they're legalizing it in Virginia. That's so close.
Wait, they got dick sucking weed in Virginia?
No, they're legalizing it, which means we're that close to getting that technology. Once the United States fully embraces weed,
we haven't figured out the technology to legalize weed yet.
Weed technology is going to go through the roof, though, is what I'm saying.
Yes, weed technology. We're going to be smoking 102% THC cartridges.
When North Carolina gets legalized weed, we have such a good infrastructure for making smokable things, and we have so many science institutions in this state. We're going to make weed that sucks.
The research,
I swear to God, it's going to happen.
The research triangle is just going to become like
the grow house.
That's also going to be a symptom of us moving towards idiocracy. All of our science is going to be towards getting better drugs. That'd be so cool. They're like, I don't actually want to live past 80. That sounds like it would suck.
The RJR factory is just going to start manufacturing THC carts.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Selling them on Instagram.
Dude, that's so cool.
That's one thing I'm going to miss is like the Snapchat, Instagram, like purchasing.
Yeah, social media drug deals.
Yeah, it's such a stupid thing to read about, like reading articles on like Vice or whatever about like, oh yeah, we purchased $1,000 in drugs from some dude on Snapchat.
That was one of my
and he's got like 6 fucking phones, and he's just opening Snapchat on different ones, responding.
That's so cool.
One of my favorite baby brain moments of the Trump presidency, where Big Tobacco was just like, hey, look, all these vapes are killing all these kids because they're buying like off-brand Chinese THC poison carts on Instagram, and so we have to ban Mango Jewel. And Trump was like, "Yes, I would like to do that. we have to save the kids.
Save the kids." See, here's what they did: they got all the Zoomers addicted to nicotine, and then raised the age.
Yeah, let's be honest though. Let's be fucking honest though. We had a unique experience where we got the experience of we had like 1 year at the beginning of high school where not everybody had vapes, and then we became like sophomores, and then it was everywhere.
Yeah.
So we got to live, and I think right after we stopped going to high school is when it became illegal, right? Or was it during?
It was like after. Yeah, like the year after.
Yeah,
it was like 2018.
We got the perfect time frame. We had the coolest high school experience.
Speak for yourself.
No, I mean, as far as vapes go, because everybody had fucking vapes and they taste like cotton candy.
Did I ever tell you about the time that fucking I walked into the bathroom at high school and fucking?
Did you poop?
I did that every day.
But yeah, I walked in the bathroom all the time. But I walked in on a dude doing fucking cocaine.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
One time I walked into the bathroom and the principal...
It was like 8 o'clock in the morning.
And it was one of the Valley students, too. It wasn't one of the shitty kids.
It was 8 o'clock in the morning, man. It wasn't a Valley
That was such a funny dynamic. Did we ever tell you about that?
No.
Valley shared a campus with the reform school, essentially.
Oh, yeah, that rules. I remember I walked into the bathroom one time. The principal was standing there like Superman peeing with his pants down, and he walked out without washing his hands.
Dude, that's
awesome. Yeah. See, that's what you do. So cool. You go to a urinal, drop your pants, show your ass, fucking, assert dominance on everyone.
Piss without aiming.
Yeah, piss without aiming.
Speaking of, I'm gonna have to pee soon. We could wrap this up.
You're gonna have to pee soon.
In your cup.
Yeah, piss in your drink. Drink Bear Grylls. I mean, episode 1.
This beverage looks a lot like it. So
how long have we been rolling?
We've been rolling 53 minutes. So y'all want to call it a wrap? Let's call it a wrap.
I had a good time.
I had a good time. I think this is a logical closing point. Next week, we're going to see how many golf balls we could shove up Carson's ass. Tune in next time. I was